discuss the story on the Swedish gunmaker Bofors, who has publicly attacked the Indian government for what it claims is discriminatory treatment.
In an interview to CNN-IBN, Bofors has now claimed that its latest gun was not bought, even though it was the best performing gun in army trials. Why did this happen?
Shumon Chakraborty and Sukarno Sen report on just why the defence establishment is not ready to buy the best on offer.
Hundreds of Indian soldiers were killed. But these guns never fell silent. Many believe that the Bofors guns won India's war in Kargil. Till March, the Indian army was almost on the verge of buying the new Bofors gun, which would have enabled the army to strike targets deep inside enemy areas. But all hopes were dashed after the completion of an unprecedented 4 rounds of trials in 4 years.
Army was not fully satisfied, so now we are going to have another global tender.
The new generation Bofors gun, a state-of-the-art model inspired by the Kargil war, was tested in all conditions, in the deserts of Rajasthan to the heights of Kashmir. But sources say that the UPA government wanted to avoid any kind of controversy that the name Bofors can evoke, despite the fact that the original Bofors scam had nothing to do with the performance of the gun.
First of all, I'm very surprised, and of course I'm also disappointed. I'm surprised because we got all the indications that we had fulfilled all the requirements. We are not agreeing with what the army chief is saying. No, you know, this is a very sophisticated gun they have asked for, with state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line.
Even former army chiefs are now questioning what the UPA government is up to.
The name of Bofors does carry a political baggage, particularly with the present government in power.
CNN-IBN has learned that the new Bofors gun had matched and surpassed most of the confidential quality requirement parameters that the army had set for buying the new gun. The army's parameters included a maximum range of 35 km of firing. The new Bofors gun has a 40 km range. The army's parameter also included that the gun should fire 75 rounds in 60 minutes. The new Bofors gun completed it in 23 minutes.
Yet the army cancelled the deal which would have given the Indian military some much needed firepower. Now, Defence Ministry sources tell us that the new tender that would be floated will have less stringent specifications than the earlier one, which raises a big question. Are political considerations going to compromise our military requirements and security concerns? In New Delhi, Shumon Chakraborty.
Interesting questions there. In fact, Shumon Chakraborty joins us now for more on this. Shumon, what's the status of this deal? Is there indeed a new tender in the offing like you suggested in that report?
Well, absolutely. That was made clear, very clear by the Defence Minister, that there would be a new global tender. But also the fact that all these gun makers who actually participated in the trials for 4 years, they have not been officially told that the deal has been cancelled. Now the Defence Minister has already gone on record saying that yes, there will be a new tender which would be floated. We are also hearing, and that's the most dangerous thing possibly, that we are hearing that the new tender that would be floated will have less parameters, which means that many more gun makers from around the world can participate and show their product. But that means that you would not get the best, and you are not looking for the best.
All right, Shumon, we'll leave it at that. Thanks very much for giving us that update. So clearly we'll get more information, but like Shumon was suggesting, the other makers who are in the fray have not been told that this deal is cancelled. Clearly some answers needed here. Okay,
right, Shumon Chakraborty bringing us those details. But Shumon, is this part of a larger trend line? As far as Bofors is concerned, the manufacture is clearly taboo given the history that it carries. Okay, Shumon, we seem to have lost that link. But meanwhile, let's also bring in another story, which is about